Back where I usually am on Monday nights, and I feel like it's just easier. I know I was trying to do separate and new and all that, but truthfully, it's just easier. We get used to where you are, and I know a lot of you have notifications on. This will be on YouTube later, but it's not on YouTube right now. So if you were looking for us there, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to simplify where you can find me because I have people writing and saying I couldn't find. So we're here. Woo! I hope you come in and say, I'm here, I'm here. Send me some hearts. Let me know that you're okay. And I have some fun things to show you tonight. First things first, you've been hearing me talk about this probably a week now, but if you've been with me a long time, you've heard me talk about it before. What in the world is an embelly? What am I talking about? An embelly is my cute name, and I have been told by various business coaches and people over the years, don't use something cute that you need to explain. But you know what? I can't. I just can't follow that rule. So I guess I'm never going to make it really big, but we're going to have fun doing what we do. So an embelly is short for embellishment, and it's an SVG, multi-layered usually. One layer might be a drawing, it might be a drawing and a cut. Hey, Shannon. But they are card sized, which means they're designed to fit on the front of a standard A2 size card that fits in standard, medium envelopes, like these, right? Super simple. They can also be used as an embellishment on something else. Like if you were doing a sampler, you could use your embelly on it. It could be used and resized in a scrapbook layout using as part of your title or what have you. It's basically an embellishment, but we've made it fit the front of a card. So they come standard card size, but you can do whatever you want with them. SVGs, in my world, get cut with a Cricut. I know some of you are Silhouette users, some of you are Scan and Cut. Any machine that has software that will take an SVG can use an embelly. They're like potato chips, you can't eat just one, you gotta have a bunch. They're sold relatively inexpensively. They're $1.50. Some of them are $2 if there's a ton of layers, but generally that's what they're at. But I also offer a membership. Hey, Linda, long time no see. I also offer a membership that lets you get them less expensively. You don't miss one. They're uploaded in there for you, and they kind of sit there. It's in our classroom, so it's super good. Hey, Marianne. So if you're thinking, okay, I might use these, I think I could do something with them, then you want to check that out. And easy, just go to karamiller.com, click on the membership. You will see, it'll say, let's make cards with a Cricut Joy. That's where the embellishments are. That's where the embellies are. The files come in there. Or you can just click on where it says Shop Embelly Card SVGs, and there they are. But we got to tell everyone what an embelly is. So if somebody looks at you and says, what? It's not a new belly button fad. Ew. It's not anything weird. It's just something little and cute, and I like cute names for things that are little and cute. So it's an embelly, okay? E-M-B-E-L-L-Y. Super simple, super fun. All right, so the one I have to show you tonight, and get this off there so you can see, is this one was my plan. And this one's in the store already. But while I was waiting, I came up with another one, and I kind of like that too. So I'm going to show you both. This is the other one. This one isn't anywhere yet. I just tested it to be sure it worked. Right? Okay, so we are using the Hello Harvest stamp set. Now, if you go look on my website, my Stampin' Up! Shopping site, you're going to see that it says, if you just search Hello Harvest Bundle, because it does come with a die set, but the die set is unavailable right now. It's a supply issue and it's not here yet. So, but you can, and so I've had this stamp set in the bundle for a bit, but I haven't used it. But we can use it without the bundle, and you can get just the stamp set if you're in love with this. Okay, next, don't order it now. Stampin' Up! Has this doesn't happen often, has a 1-day sale tomorrow, October 4th, free shipping. That's the day to stock up on anything that you were thinking about. Again, if you go to here, click on Shop Stampin' Up!, you'll see the host code there, and that comes with some free embellies. So if you use my host code tomorrow when you get your free shipping, you'll get free shipping from Stampin' Up! And you'll get some free embellies from me. Okay? All right, enough of that. Let's make this card. All right, so the first thing, I'm going to show you both of them. Oh, again, move that out of the way. This is the second one. This is the first one. And this one's in the store already, so it's easy to find. Let me see if I can show it to you where it is so you see how they look. And then you will be able to grab it for yourself. So if you just go to karamiller.com, you'll see here's that host code I was talking about. If you use that on a Stampin' Up! Order, tomorrow, you will get a collection of embellies from me for free. You'll get a link to go get them. This is where you shop for them. And if you come in here, you'll see this is the one that we're making tonight. I told you that new one's brandy new. It's not on the site yet. It will be. And then this is where the memberships are. Or membership. New classes. Click on that. And it's the Cricut Joy. If you're still an old scrapbooker and you really, really wish you'd gotten some simples, there's a collection right here. The membership for that's not available anymore, except for the people that are in there. But if you really wanted some and you missed out, you can always grab this, and it has a huge, huge supply of simples in there. So that's just an option. But this is the class, the membership, that you're going to want to do. And this has at least 4 cards from the Facebook Lives, which are tomorrow, but they're now on Monday too. And at least 8 additional embellies just for you guys. So anyway, that's that. Now, let's come down here. Whoops, I need to come forward just a little bit with the camera because I'm missing part of us. There we are. All right, so I'm going to move you out of the way so we're not distracted. And we're going to work on this one. Now, I'm going to do it in different colors this time because I want to see I want to show you so that you can see how you can use the same embelly to get some really different looks. So, first thing we're going to do is go into Design Space. You purchase it in the store. You add it to the bag. When you check out, this is what it's going to look like, right? And it goes in Design Space. So let's head over there. Oh, I'm sorry, my brain was, sorry. That's what it's going to look like. Goodness, I needed to show you that. And let's go there. Not you. That's the other one. I told you I just made it. So I've already uploaded that one we want to look at. Is this one. When you bring it in, that's all you don't need to do anything. It's ready to go. It's all set. You'll notice it's 2 layers, okay? If you look in the store, there are now 2 different layers. I added a shadow layer to it as well. So you can have it with or without the shadow. I don't have it on this computer, so to make life not so complicated, I'm going to make myself a shadow here. So if you ever have an embelly that doesn't have a shadow, you simply select, you come up to offset. I like this one, and I like it a little smaller. This isn't exactly what yours is going to look like, but you get my drift. and I say make it, and now we're sending it over. Oh wait, I want to show you one more thing. If you happen to have more than one Cricut at your house, maybe you have the Joy, maybe you have a Maker or an Explorer, make sure that you have picked the right one up here. Make sure that you pick, if you're using the Joy. I am absolutely obsessed with a Cricut Joy. Remember, I don't work for Cricut, so it's not my deal. You can have whatever machine you want. But I love the simplicity of the Joy for card making. And I'm still using my computer to work on, because I have old eyes and I like to see it big on the computer screen. But it works just as well with the app on your tablet. I'm an Apple girl, so I have an iPhone and an iPad. But using the Cricut app lets you, so if you want to travel, if you need to go somewhere, you just take this little bugger, which this is the size of it. You take your iPad or your phone and you can cut. You can Cricut all afternoon, right? Super simple. There's no big machine. It doesn't take up a ton of room. It fits in the bottom of your tote. It's perfect. Okay, well, let's bring it here so we can see it while we're working anyway. All right, back to Design Space. And I'm going to tell it go ahead and make it. All right, so first thing, it wants the white layer because that's where I'm going to stamp on. And if you notice in this card, this was white, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna put my white layer down. And what's cool about this is you can use scraps. You don't need to have something, like a big piece. So this is gonna go right here. Now, how do I know this is gonna be big enough? Because remember, the Cricut is what you see is what you get. So if I look over here, I can see that this is gonna be somewhere between 2 and 3 inches wide. So as long as I look down here and see that my paper is longer than 2.5, I'm good, okay? So I'm gonna say continue. It makes sure it's connected to my Joy. And I'm using medium cardstock. This is Stampin' Up! Basic White, not the thick, the regular. And I'm going with default pressure, and I'm gonna say remember. So every time on this project, it will remember that I picked that medium cardstock because I'm using close to my heart cardstock the whole time, all right? So it checked it, made sure it's right, and now I'm gonna say go. And it's gonna go ahead. One thing I do notice though, I think because I cut a lot more with the Joy, that sometimes my blade might get a little dull because I really do cut. I make a ton of cards with my Joy. So does Lana, and so does Shannon. So if you wonder, you can ask them, but I think sometimes these blades, make sure you buy the good blade. And the Joy blade is different than your Explorer or Maker blade. But sometimes you go through them. All right, so here's this piece, right? So I'm going to take that off and set that aside. Now I have to decide what I'm going to do. So I have 2 more layers, my card. I wanted to look at some of our choices. I am still working on this Happy Forest Friends paper because I have so much of it and it's perfect for my cards. I'm going to swap this out though, and we're going to go with cardstock instead of pattern paper. So I need my card base, which I'm going to go with the basic white base, and I'm going to use you as the base of my card. Now, I think the easiest way, and this is in the description in the store, the easiest way to think about an embelly is it's an embellishment. So I'm going to start with a card base and the pretty card front that's going to show through, and then I'm going to embellish it with an embelly. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to just stick this on so I've got it and I don't have to worry. You know me, if you watch me in lives, I tend to lose pieces. I don't know, I get moving around and then I end up with it on another table or stuck to the bottom of a trimmer. Okay, so this is my card base. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. Hold on. Why is that not going to work? Because it goes the wrong way and my mushrooms are going to be sideways. So I gotta pick something else. I wasn't even thinking. So I'm gonna go this way. Because that would look silly with sideways mushrooms, or it would look psychedelic, and this isn't 1960. So we're gonna go right there. Okay, that's good. Phew, glad we figured that out. So now I need my shadow layer and my top layer of this. Well, what do I want? I feel like the pattern paper was a little much, which is what I used on this one. So I'm gonna go with Calypso Coral and Blushing Bride for my next 2 layers. So my Calypso Coral is gonna be my shadow, which is the black in Design Space right here. So this needs to be the Blushing Bride. If you get confused when you're doing this, you can go back to the other screen and look at the way the card goes together if you're not sure which is which. Remember, you can also change this in Design Space. You could change the colors if you wanted. Now, the software is remembering that I am using medium cardstock. It's going to load and check. Notice how quick that is? That's my favorite part. It is ready to cut like so quick. And I'm going to say go. And now it's going to go ahead and cut out that really pretty. Hey, Janie. Glad you're here. And that's going to go there. So we're working our way along here with our card. The stamps that I'm using is Hello, which is from Hello Harvest. It's this one, but there's lots of cool ones in here. But for this first one, we're just going to use the Hello. You can see it's busily cutting, and the software tells me it's almost 70% finished. Right, Lana? I bet that makes it so much easier for you. I do too. It's just little for me, and I'm still a mouse girl. I don't know. I can do it. I can. And oftentimes I will design on my computer, save the project, and then cut with my iPad, which is nice. Some people, that's all they just design and use their app the whole time. That's their favorite. All right, so this is going to go like this, which I could stop right there. I could. But oh no, we're not. If you remember, this is my favorite Cricut tool. The little scraper thing, because these are gazillions of little pieces. And I don't know about you, but when I pick these up, they tend to poke under my fingernail, and then it hurts. So I can't really show you because I'm doing it into the trash. But you just take this and scrape it right over the trash, and it's gone in like a second. There it is, right? So simple. All right, now we're going to go with this darker one's the underneath one. This is my shadow. And when I load it in, the machine's going to check and see, did I know what I was doing? Did I do it right? Yep, that's right, Lana. I do that too. Okay, now it's ready to go, just like that. And I say go. And now it's going to cut out the shadow layer. So it's going to go under this. Hello is going to be stamped in the Calypso Coral. And because I don't want to get this on my mat, I'm going to put this down first. And this just fits. There is hello. That's ready. Now we talked about last week about doing some inking, so we could do that too. I'm not going to do that tonight because I want to show you the other one. We'll be here all night. which, you know, that's okay too, but we're not going to be. All right, unload. There's that. Now I can bring you back to this. Now we're all done with our design space and we're all done with our Cricuts. I'm going to move it over just a little. And make sure I get these little pieces out. There's just a couple of little ones. Okay. And this is going to go like this, and I like the way this looks a little bit better than this. I think it gives it a little more definition, and I like it better. I like the Designer Series paper, I do. I would just put the shadow with this one, and I would like it better. Okay? All right. And then we're going to put our seal in here. Come on, little buddy. And put this down. Right? There we go. Then this guy is going to go down with some dimensionals. So the beauty of this is you use what you have. You don't have to invest a whole lot of stuff. Tomorrow is craft day on HSN. Have restraint, my friends. Have restraint. SVGs let you have lots, use up the stuff you have lots more to play with. You can spend your money on matching inks and paper now, if you're as matchy-matchy as me. And that goes right there. And you see how everything just fits together? It all goes, and then this is going on here. There we go. And I mean, they're both cool. I like them both. I'm not sure which one I like better. I think they have different looks to them. I'm going to grab a couple of these. I've been using tons of these pearls. Pop one on either side. Whoopsie. Now the other thing I could have done with this is take this layer, and I could have run this through the embossing machine and got some more texture with it, right? Okay, so this was the plan for tonight, was to show you this, but if you have time, I want to take a second and show you this little baby. Now this, again, we're using that same fun Forest Friends paper, and that I pre-cut. Remember, if you aren't remembering what this is, it's on the blog. You can scroll back a little bit where I showed you how to prepare your 12 by 12 paper. That's where the, had I used, like this guy would work. We'll use him this time. If I'd used the shadow, I bet it would break it up, Shannon, but I didn't. So that's, I agree. I think it looked kind of, but you know me, I'm not real good on, I know they make these Designer Series paper to go together, but I don't know. I'm pretty matchy-matchy and pretty simple. Okay, so let me bring you into Design Space for a minute. We're going to say done with this. And we're going to do a new one. And once you've uploaded the SVG, it's here. Now I know we don't see it, you're just seeing other ones, but if I say view all, the last one you did will be right there. Again, I use two different computers, so they're in different places. So this one's ready to go. It has the lighter color is the one on top. I did that out of white. So what I'm going to do, because I want to make sure I get the right one, I'm going to switch this to white. And my background layer was Calypso Coral. So I'm going to click on this and come up here. Now I'm not going to find Calypso Coral, but I'm going to get something close. All right. So now when I say make it, we go over to the cut screen. My first one is white and this one is pretend Calypso Coral, but it gives you an idea and helps you remember which way to go ahead and cut it. All right. All right, so now I need to prep my paper. This is where your trimmer comes in, because truthfully, it's much easier to just use a trimmer than to try and much less wasteful of paper. So I'm going to take, and this is in that blog post I was talking about, how prepping your card kit. Usually I prep it before you come, but you know, I change this at the last minute. So you take, I've already cut this in half, but you take an 8.5 by 11, assume this is all one color, and you cut it in half. You're going to get 2 cards out of the deal. And then you, so this is 5.5. I don't ask what I do with this before. By, and then I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to go to 4.25. Right? Yes. All right. So there is my card base. Right? Card base is made out of Calypso Coral. Then you are going to go right here. And again, I'm going to stick this down now so I don't get lost. Once I make my decision, it's going to go down. Now, if you don't have this piece left, you don't have to. I just like that the bear kind of peeks his head through on that one. All right, so there's that. Then I need white and Calypso Coral. So here's my white piece. That's going to do that layer. And then I need, well, you know what? I have this one cut. So let's go with this. This is the Blushing Bride. So my shadow on this one's going to be a little different, but I have it cut already. All right. So first things first, it wants my white. Now the beauty of this is, I didn't show you that the whole time, folks. I'm sorry. No one yelled at me. This is my white. This is my shadow layer. This is my card base out of Calypso Coral. All right. Ding dong. I don't need to have both of them showing. You've seen it cut before. But I tend to do better with that, apparently. So continue. Let's go into the Cricut Joy. You'd think that I was, you know, conducting the moon landing here. Again, we're going to remember. And we're going to let the Joy check it out, see what it's got. Make sure it's got the paper that it wants. And then we're going to say go. And it's doing its thoughts. And it's going to go ahead and cut it. Now, I could do some stamping down here if I wanted. I could do, oh, I think I will. The other one is You're Such a Blessing, and I really like that. So I might do that down at the bottom. Let me grab that. Unload. All right, so then we take, this is all I wasted out of that piece of the card. So that was pretty good. And because these are little, they're super easy to deal with. You don't have to really do a whole bunch of crazy to get them off the card. See, that's going to look like that on him. Oh, he's perfect. And I literally, if I wanted to, I could save this piece because there's probably something small I could do with it. I have enough. I'm not going to worry. And now I'm going to do the next layer. And this is actually the shadow to that top layer. I'm going to load it in and let the joy check it out. It's going to decide if it likes it. And then I'm going to say, go ahead. And while it cuts, I said go. Apparently not. There you go. While it's doing that, I'm going to put the Such a Blessing down here and wishing you the loveliest day. So, loveliest day I'm doing in my memento. Make sure that you have good coverage on your pad, and you're just going to line this up. All right, and commit. Oh, love it. Then, I don't know if it's going to be too much with the other color, but we're going to give it a try. And we are now done. Whoops, that was my fault, but we're done with you. We're going to unload. We can make this work. And we're going to get rid of that and just bring you full circle. So what happened while I was looking away? I wasn't really paying attention. See how it kind of it caught this part because it's near the top. It's okay, we can fix it. So what I'm going to do, this is the shadow, so it's not really going to show all that much anyway. I'm going to take my snips. Now I could have pretended this didn't happen, but you know, truth in telling, I got to show you. And we're all good. It's all okay. Now, if this was the top layer, I'd probably cut it again, but it's not. So we're okay. And I'm going to stamp this first, which is You're Such a Blessing. That's going to go right in the middle. Ooh, I like it. Put my ink away. Ooh, I like that. Okay, now we're going to put this down. This one will be in the store. It's not there yet. Line this up. See how that fits perfectly? Love it. And then we are going to use our dimensionals. I hope you look at these and say, oh, I can do that. I get why you're so excited about these. These are the kind of things that make cards that other people don't have because you can mix and match. You can mix and match your stamp sets. You can mix and match. If you don't have this one, I bet you could find a title or a sentiment that would go where Wishing You the Loveliest Day goes. I bet you could. And sometimes it means that you got to cut it out and play with your sets a little. But there we go. I love Mr. Bear. He's super cute. Now remember this, it will be, Shannon. Yes, this is a bonus for this month. It will be in the club. There's going to be some that I can't always put everything in the club, but hey, October's a great month. I am dumping all this stuff this month because I want you to see how much I love it. And I want you to fall in love too. Because I bet you will. This and what, so much stuff is coming. Like we have Halloween cards, we have everyday cards. Oh, and oh, those simple little Thanksgiving place settings. Yup. And then, of course, the card mecca, all of your Christmas cards. Now, I wanted to tell you, if you are not a Cricut Joy user, you could still use this with a Cricut Maker. So let me just bring you in here for a second. So let's say we're done. Let me go back out here. Let's change this to the maker, right? And now I'm going to go to make it. And I'm going to say I want, I don't know, see if I can get 4 and say apply. Well, looky there, I bet I can get 6. So if I have a maker, I can cut 6 of these at once. Now, if you're going to mass produce something, whoop-de-doo. Now, I designed these so they fit in the Joy, because if you're traveling or you are making one of cards, you want to be able to, you want to do one at a time, and you want to just load and unload and pick and choose as you go. But if you are mass producing, if you're going to do 100 Christmas cards, you might want to mass produce, just so that you can see how flexible these little babies can be. Cute little name, cute little bellies, but boy, they're powerful and they can really pack a punch. So see what you think. If you've not tried these, try one. There is a free one in the store for you to try one. See what you think. I promise you will find them as much fun and as addicting as they are for me. Have a great night. I'll see y'all guys soon.